Hello, let us have a look how the static non-access specifier, non-access modifier or specifier, it behaves with the variables or the methods. Okay, let us have a look, like we have a class like this, class A having a variable int x and the variable we are going to write another variable int y, and we have a particular method void fun. It is a method where we are trying to print system dot out dot print ln. I am trying to print x, at the same time I am trying to print the same we are writing SOPs for sake of minimizing time. I am just writing SOP. Okay, system SOP stands for system dot out dot println. Okay, so we are trying to print these two, and then we are writing another method, that is void public static public then static void main. Here we have string arg. Okay. Now we are trying to allocate the memory for these two. Okay, how we can allocate the memory? If I write say for example, if I write a of m equal new a, then what will happen? By help of this one, what will happen? In memory, some memory space, as we know, this is our stack and this is our heap memory. In stack memory, one variable will be created which is named as m. So this variable is named as m. This is m. Okay, this is m. Now by help of this new a, what will happen? For these two variables, these are called instance variable, x and y are instance variable. They will be created inside, they will be allocated inside memory. This is x and y. Say for example, base address 0x12, this is 10101. So this is the base address of this location 0x101. This is the base address, and it is pointing this location. By help of this calling, I can create this one. So I can assign m dot x equal, say for a 30, and so this x will be assigned as 30 and m dot y equal 20. Then what will happen? This variable will be allocated as 20. Now if I call this one x and y, if I call m dot fun, then what will happen? I will it will be displayed that 20 and 30 will be displayed. Now if I create, at the same time, if I create again, I will create this one again. Say for example, I am writing this side. Okay, so again I am writing a of k equal new a. Then what will happen? Again, in our memory, some memory space will be allocated. Here x will be there, here y will be there, and new memory space will be created like k. So k is this one, and k will have the base address, say for example 0x1101. 0x1101. This is the hexadecimal address we are thinking about. Now through x, if I assign k dot, say for example x equal 90, so 90 will be allocated here. K dot y equal 100, so 100 will be allocated here. So just have a look. There is a class. In this class we have the variables x and y. These are the variables, these are called instance variable, and to access them we need to create the object of this class. and m is the object reference variable. By help of this object reference variable, we are just creating the object. Okay. And like this way, here also we are creating the object reference variable like k, and we have x and y in multiple copies. As many time we create the instance, then we will have the variable in memory. So, if I declare a variable as static, then what will happen? That variable or that member can be accessed without creating object reference variable or without instantiation. So, without any instantiation, without any instance, we can directly access that variable. So, without creating the object of this class like this, we can able to access this one. And at the same time, as we have multiple copies of x, y in memory, if a member is declared as static, then that member can have only one copy in memory. So, there are two things. Only one is, if I declare a member as static, if I declare a member as static, a variable as static, then what will happen? Only it will have single copy in memory, and that variable can be accessed without instantiation. So, without instantiation, without creating the memory space, it is already in the runtime. When it is static, then at the load time, when the program is going to load in the memory, that means the program is stored in the secondary storage, I am trying to execute it, it is going to load in the memory. So, at the load time, the variable which are declared as static, they will be accessed directly. Let us have a look. We have a particular, let us have an example. We have a particular class like class m. Say for example, the variables are int x, this variable, and another variable is declared as static int y. There are two different variables. One variable is static, another variable is non-static. Now, we have two different methods like void function or method. Better to write method, because in object oriented programming, this is the terminology, meth1. Okay. And this is a method. We can directly write this also. For understanding, we can directly write, like, let us have an example, public static void main, whatever terminologies are there. Okay. Now, if I want to access this x, if I write x equal 30, then what will happen? This will be a compilation error. This will be an error. Why this is an error? Because we know in Java everything is nothing but class is a template, and the template, for template no memory space is allocated. So, whenever we will instantiate by help of new keyword, by help of the constructor calling, when we instantiate the space for the instance variable in memory, then we will have where we can able to access the variable. So, here for this x we are not allocated any memory. So, for this x, if I write this one directly, then we will have error. Now, in this place, if I write this one directly, y equal 90, yes, it will be correct. This code will be correct, because what will happen? Because what will happen inside memory at the load time, the static variable is already, y is inside the memory already. Who are already inside memory? Static, the member which are static, y is static, main is also static. So, main will be, from main we are accessing this one, and it is already static, then it can be directly accessed. Now, if I want to access this y, then what we need to do? We need to, yes, Any answer? Yes, we need to create the reference variable, like we will write new of a, here it is m, here it is m, we have written here it is as m. So, new m, this will be stored inside some variable m of, say for k is the variable, k equal new m. So, by this we are creating the, or we are allocating this thing in memory. Now, this x is now inside memory at this point or after this point, the memory where the x variable have some memory. So, now we can access k dot x equal, say for example 30, then it will be correct statement. So, what is static? Static is a keyword which is also called non-access modifier. If a member is declared as static, then that member can be accessed without creating the object reference variable. So, this is what this k is object reference variable. So, we are creating object here, but the non-static member which is x, that cannot be accessed directly, because that is not instantiated. That means, this is all about the instantiation. Instantiation means if something is inside memory, then we can access it. If something is not, then we can't access it. So, when it is non-static, that is non inside memory, we need to create the create the object for that, and we have to have some variable which is called object reference variable, and by help of object reference variable we will access that. Okay. But there may be a question. There may be a question in your mind. So, if I have now write this one k of y, what will happen? If I write k of y, what will happen? Is this a wrong statement? If I write k of y, is this a wrong statement or it is correct? Anyone? Yes, you are correct. This will not wrong. This will be not wrong, because of this particular y is this particular k is replaced by a class name. So, static variable are accessed by help of class name dot y. So, as this x is the property of this class only, so we are calling it by x. But if this x is the property of another class, like the class name is D, this is the property of class D, okay, this is the property of class D, and this is there is a static member, static L, int L is the member. Now, I want to access this L. How we will access it? By help of D dot L will be say for example 300. I want to access it, I want to assign it. So, by help of class name we can access the static member, and the same thing is for static method also. Methods which are allocated or declared as static, they can be accessed without creating the instance or without the object reference variable. So, as a whole, static is a non-access specifier or non-access modifier. If a variable is declared as static, that variable can be called without instantiation. Already, if it is static, at the load time, that variable is already stored inside memory, and if a method, and that variable, always remember, if I have a particular there is a class like k, and there is a variable int x, and we have public static void main and some string arg, whatever we are having. Now, here if we create the instance variable like this, new k, this is k, okay, this is new k. So, k of m, assuming m equal new k. So, what will happen? Inside memory there will be location which will be created, that is the x, because only one variable is there, okay, and again this memory will be accessed by m. So, m will call this one, and again if I call n equal new k. So, then what will happen? Again another x will be allocated inside memory, and that will be accessed by help of n. But if this member is static, if this member is static, if this member is declared as static, then what will happen? Then what will happen? Depending on different functions calls, this memory will be not allocated, because this member x is static. So, n will also point this x only. So, static member have if a member is declared static, it has only one copy in memory. It can be accessed without creating the object reference variable or without object, or it has only one copy in memory, and in the same for method also. In case of method, if method is declared as static, it can be accessed without the object creating the object of that class. Thank you all. If you have any query, you can just write in the comment section. I will definitely try to answer you.